Hello and welcome. This is the screencast for Module 4, EDSC591. You can see I'm at the top of our titanium class page, and I'm scrolling down to the module this is about, Module 4. Module 4 is another 3-week module in which we are focusing on core proposition 1. Teachers are committed to students and their learning. If I had to choose only one module to teach in this seminar, it would be this module. The signature assignment for this module is the student case study. And it's important that you take a look at the student case study before you do anything else in this module, because you should be working on it from the first week. In this module, you are asked to find a student and interview them, and then observe them in a learning environment. So in a classroom where being instructed is ideal. This can be a student that's in one of your classes, but it works best if you have a chance to watch them being instructed by somebody else. You should read the questions and the prompts, and you'll notice this is tied very closely to the viewings and the readings you're going to do in this module. So specifically, you should look at and do the readings for this module as early as you can in the process. All of these will help you develop your interview questions that you want to ask the students, and will give you a keener eye during your observations. The net result will be a 2 to 4 page double-spaced write-up about your student and your observations through the lens of the readings. So you'll be expected to cite the readings and the viewings and answering these prompt questions right here. Also, you should make sure and review the rubric where we go through in detail of what we expect in the content area and the reflection and analysis examples and specifics. As we continue to work on our writing in this class, I want to refer you back to these rubrics, particularly where it's talking about details of evidence and substantial examples. In addition, you are expected to be citing the readings in this class. Once you've looked at the student case study, then you can get into the module. In this module, we will explore motivation in student learning, examine the criticality of the student-teacher relationship, recognize cultural influence on student learning, and discuss the importance of student voice. All the while, you'll be conducting a student case study that is due at the end of the module. So in week 8, there are 2 equivalent of discussions. The first one is we ask you to go out and just record a comment on a voice thread. You can do that by clicking right here on the embedded voice thread or going to it directly on the link here. This video is 1 minute long, and then I ask the question of why I would play that video at the beginning of a section on motivation. Once you've watched and commented on the video, then the bulk of week 8 is in this discussion forum. There's a video in which Daniel Pink, in his own voice, summarizes his book Drive. A few of you that have been in previous courses of mine know that I tend to play this video. It's still worth revisiting. I think it has a lot to say about relating to students in the classroom and the kind of learning activities we should be doing in the classroom. Once you've watched that, I have some notes here on self-determination theory as it applies to education. This is a concise summary of a literature review that I did on the subject. Then I want you to start a discussion in this forum by posting a synthesis of these 2 pieces of research and relate them to implications for education in general, and then more specifically in your classroom, in your practice. After you've done that, you should come down, watch this TED Talk video from Angela Lee Duckworth talking about grit. And the other instructor in this course, Ms. Barnhart, has shared some notes she took when she heard Angela talk at a conference about how you build and sustain grit in your classroom. When you respond to your classmates in this form, we want you to incorporate these discussions on grit and how to build it, how to maintain it in your students. In week 9, simply watch and comment on a video, and then you will incorporate 2 readings, one about stage environment fit theory and one about preparing for culturally responsive teaching. You'll go back to your observations on the video. Through the lens of these 2 pieces of literature, you'll answer the prompt questions. Start a discussion by October 22nd, and then of course respond to your classmates by October 25th. In week 10, you read 2 student voice pieces. The View from the Lighthouse and Students as Expert Witnesses of Their Teaching and Learning. Once you've read those, we want you then to use your voice to tell us about student voice. Tell us why student voice is important. You can do it with Vocaroo, a voice thread. You can do a little PowerPoint and put your voice in there. You can do a talking head video. It's up to you how you give us your voice. But what we want to hear is your voice on student voice. The case study should have started at the beginning. It does normally take the full 3 weeks to produce, and it's due at the end of these 3. And we would like you then to use your voice to tell us about this module and the course in general. Give us some feedback, because you know best what is working for your learning and what could be improved. As always, I'm available by email for questions, comments, and concerns. I hope you enjoy your learning in this module.